I mean, I think the work ethic of every person is like.
That's what it comes down to.
Man.
Talent is good, but if you're not easy to work with and you're not fucking like a hard worker too, that's what we were talking about with Rodrigo yesterday. Is like, there's a lot of good comics, but a lot of these fools expect things to be handed to them. Yeah, he's like, he told me some stories. Like some comics, they think, the clubs are against me. It's not that. You gotta work hard.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to this. I was listening to those rap podcasts.
Too, but even that's not everything.
Yeah, it's not being funny. Not everything.
Well, I was listening to this rap podcast, and they were like,
"You listen to rap podcasts? You listen to rap?
There's this one that I really like.
Just one. Okay, never mind.
Because it's like more business oriented.
Of course.
And they were like, talent is so easy to find.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's ridiculous how many people are talented. So. That's never been the industry. Like we think it is. Like, oh, back in the day they used to get people on talent. No. It was work ethic. If you who shows up? You might. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had to find you through talent, but just because you're talented doesn't mean I want to sign you. Doesn't mean you're going to be the biggest star ever. It's your work ethic.
And it's also your impressions that you leave.
It's your hang.
It's your hang.
It comes back to that. It's your work ethic and your hang.
Yeah,
and a little bit of talent.
You guys know this. The viewers don't know this. That's one thing I've always been big on is work ethic and your attitude.
Right.
Being on time, being respectful, respecting our time, and being fun to be around.
Right.
Like,
but even if you're fun to be around and you don't show up on time, it's forgivable.
Yeah. Like we have certain guests who we won't have back. The audience will never know who they are.
Right.
We know who they are because we know what happened. But we know what happened before the cameras were rolling.
Yeah.
And after the cameras were rolling.
It's tough when, like, when we see guests not be able to come, and then you kind of get that first bad impression because I like to look at it like this. I understand possibly someone's mentality when you hear the voice party. You see, we're not the biggest podcast in the world, whatever, and so you get it is. But what people see is like, oh, I'll come on their podcast, right? That sounds cool, whatever. Like, oh, I'll just come on next week. I'll
this
just
is something that happens every week.
Every weekend, it's fine. You know what I mean? But it's like it's a big production, comparable to bigger professional productions. Especially when people come here, the first thing we get all the time is, "Oh shit, you guys are legit. You guys, this is a bigger production than I thought."
Yeah, that's the thing is like the audience doesn't see. We get here at like 9 o'clock to set all this up,
right?
And we're doing 12-hour days every time we record,
right?
And we have guests, we have slots for all of our guests, and so if you no show. Or if you're late, that fucks up the next guest. That fucks up our schedule. We got things and so I'm always big on like just be respectful. Like, I know we're not the fucking Joe Rogan podcast. We don't have like fucking $1 million exclusive to a Spotify.
Right.
Just be on time. If you're gonna be late, let us know. If you can't make it, let us know. We'll book somebody else. Like, just treat us the way you would treat your job.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, or a job that you like.
Well, I mean, like if you just didn't show up to your job one day.
Especially
or showed up
an
hour late, you ain't gonna have a job no more.
Well, I have bad coworkers who like were able to get away with some shit. So like treat it like a job, but you know how some people treat like fucked up at their job. So I'm like a job you like, people like you guys said. Like sometimes people always hit me up like, "Hey, I'm available this week if you record." I'm like, we don't record till this other week, but we drop it every week, so they think it's every week. And I'm like, oh, we ain't gonna have it till this time. You got to try to plan ahead of time. That's like one of the guests that we want to have on. Like he's only in town like a few days throughout the month, and it's usually never do.
And we've talked about like if there's like a famous person who's like, hey, I'm going to be in town at the San Jose Improv if you guys want to do something. We'll make special arrangements. We fucking went to Felipe and did a special thing with Felipe to make that happen. If you're a nobody, we're not going to do that.
Whoa.
I think that's the wrong choice of words there, but but like
you can't
you're still building your brand.
There you go.
Or if you're a local celebrity, we're not necessarily
it's harder.
to.
Well, I mean, like that extra work has to be. There has to be a return on that investment. If we're going to put in all that extra work to drive out to you and rearrange our schedule to film just one episode with you instead of having you come to our schedule.
Here's what we just talked about.
We need to get a return on that. We need to make sure we're going to get views, or we're going to get buzz, or we're going to get audience.
We just talked about this earlier.
Yeah,
we'll tell them.
Sorry. Say what? Remind me of what we were talking about.
We're gonna kind of.
Got you. Sorry. So we were talking. Oh, did I just drop my phone?
Yeah.
Damn it. So we were talking, and we were thinking maybe we should do more.
For at least a few months.
For a few months, let's start doing more episodes just us.
Yeah.
Because we're such guest based.
Yeah.
And I think truly
we need to get away from that for a bit. Just
Yeah.
to kind of get the users to listen to us.
The other thing too is like when you see other podcasts, you're focused on those hosts, you're focused on each other's personalities, and I don't think truly we've had an opportunity to show who we are as a group. We feel it because we're here together all the time. We text every day. We do this, and that, so we know how we vibe together. But the audience doesn't know how we vibe together, and I think more episodes like this is really going to show.
Yeah.
We do have to be careful that we don't just become a movie review podcast. You three.
We like movies, dude.
And you.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I literally make movies. Like that's my
you
job.
do,
But if it's a
but Mr. Comedy Podcast over here wants to become a exorcist.
Let's make sure we don't do that shit. Let's make sure we don't do that shit. Because then Corday won't be on here those episodes. All right? Or
but like truly, I think we should have more episodes. You know, I would love to spend a full episode talking about breaking down your hip hop career. Absolutely. I would love to have a full episode.
Backyard wrestling.
Backyard wrestling. I would love to break that down. I would love to have an episode where we break down more how you got into comedy and like Eddie Griffin and stuff. We've heard like the kind of not pushover story, but like the.
I just want to say
the quick rundowns.
We'll do a full episode on that, but I want to do a cool story of something we just did last weekend that was dope.
Oh yeah,
we had a beer at the first place we met.
Oh, dude!
And we had a moment. We had a moment.
Did you guys kiss?
Yeah.
We could have.
No,
but it was.
I was grabbed his ass.
We were actually. You know what? I did say this. Like this is the most romantic thing I've done in a long time.
He did say it, and I was like,
right by the water.
Yeah,
it was the first place that is where I met Johan. Is where I met Johan. Is where I met Gaspar, where I met him. It was Chris Smith. Assemble in Richmond.
We get it.
We get it. It's where they did the 5Ks. Shout out to Moving Forward.
Yeah.
5K, we showed up.
Yeah.
Did you guys go?
Yeah, we showed up. Yep.
Did you run it?
No,
bro. We showed up 10 minutes before closing time.
Oh fuck!
And then this one was thanking people for coming.
Got hey man, thank you.
Can you believe the Voice Party has had merch this whole time and we neglected to tell anybody? T-shirts, hoodies, bath mats, wall clocks, throw pillows, even mini skirts. We will throw our logo on absolutely anything. Click the link in the description below and pick you up some Voice Party merch today.